Hi there, my name is Pierre, and I want to welcome you to another edition of Life Knocks. On today's edition, I'm going to be talking about the importance of making and keeping your commitments and why your ability to be reliable as an entrepreneur and as a business person and as a filmmaker, and in my case as a filmmaker, is really what brings you success. Your ability to say you're going to do something and actually do it is really an absolutely critical thing. In fact, clients, if you mess up one time, most clients will not even turn back. I mean, if you think about it, when was the last time you ordered a meal from a restaurant and that restaurant gave you absolutely 100% not what you were asking, right? But they really believe this is what you want, right? And it was sort of what you ordered, but it was just disgusting. It was just not what you were expecting. Would you ever go back? I know I wouldn't. If I ordered a hamburger with fries and I get a hamburger with fries, but I open the hamburger up and there is, I don't know what kind of meat this is or what kind of hamburger this is, and it tastes just awful, I'm not going back. I don't care how many other stuff is on the menu. I am not going back, more than likely. So what does it mean to be reliable? Well, I'm reading right now from hsc.unt.edu, which is a website for the UNT Health Center. And what it says here is that reliability determines how consistently a measurement of skill or knowledge yields similar results under varying conditions. So what this means is if you're hired to come in and create a music video, right? And you have to sort of work with, a varying degree of personalities, different band members, different managers or musicians or just suits, different people involved with the whole process. And you cannot yield consistent results, okay, even under these varying circumstances and conditions, then you aren't very reliable. So this sounds almost like an impossible task, if you're asking me, a filmmaker. Our work is pretty much based off of the skill of the people we work with. And if we're in a position where we are working with people that, that either A, you don't like, or B, are, don't like you, or there's just some strong differences or artistic differences or whatever, how can you reasonably expect it to meet what you expect of yourself? It's really difficult, but yet that's what you have to do in order to be considered reliable. Now I want to read to you what this website says about validity. Validity is defined as the degree to which the instrument measures what it's supposed to measure. If an instrument is not reliable over time, it cannot be valid, as results can vary depending upon when it is administered. An instrument can be neither reliable nor valid, reliable and not valid, or both reliable and valid. However, an instrument must be reliable in order to be valid. So what this means is that in order for you to be considered valid, okay, to be considered as basically right, as a source of expertise, okay, you have to be reliable in the first place. You cannot be considered an expert in your field or a high demand filmmaker or whatever if the results of your work are not reliable. Now, that being said, you can be invalid even if you are reliable. So if you are consistently yielding bad results, if you're consistently creating pretty much crap, then that can be reliable. So people know they can rely on you to produce and create crap. It's kind of how I feel about when I go and watch the Resident Evil movies from Hollywood. I mean, I consistently know reliably that they're going to be crap. So where do you want to be as an entrepreneur and as a filmmaker or as an artist? Do you want to be someone who's reliable but invalid, or do you want to be someone who is neither reliable or valid? Okay, someone who doesn't matter and does not give consistent results? Or do you want to be someone who gives consistent results and is an expert? That's where success comes from. And it's really not hard to do. And it starts with every day, the little things that we do. Every day, when you decide, when you say, I'm going to do something, you do it. Okay. We've made it a commitment to pretty much produce at least one full-length independent feature film every year. And we have. And what this has said, and not just that, but I mean, we've done even other productions where we said, you know what, we're going to step out and we're going to do this. And I have encountered so many people who've said to me, wow, Pierre, so many times I've been a part of productions where everybody starts off on the same foot, but by the halfway point, everyone has gone their own separate ways and the project never gets complete. And I've sort of forged out a reputation for myself. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears, you tell me, that basically says that if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I do it even if it kills me. I do it. Now, I'm not talking about my minute stuff. I mean, obviously, if you say you're going to do something and it turns out to not be a good idea, it's probably best to say, you know what, I made a mistake. I need to walk away from this. Okay, and admit that and count your losses. But what I'm trying to say here is, if you're going to take on a project, you see it through to completion. If a client says, will you do this for me, and you agree on a price, you do it for that price. You don't change that price halfway through. You do it for that price. That's what you do. Later on the next project, you can change your price or not choose to work with them again, but you do it now because you said you were going to, and you want to be seen as someone who is reliable, someone whose word is their bond. And let me tell you, there is nothing more important than your word. I mean, the bottom line is, when you say you're going to do something, you do it. A mentor told me, Pierre, deals are made on the golf field, not in the office. They are made amongst friends. Deals are made between people who care and trust each other, regardless of price. It's about trust. Do I trust you? Do you represent to me someone who is reliable, consistent, valid, trustworthy? Do you? Because if you are, I will pay your price. I will pay your price because those qualities do not come cheap. Because I expect those qualities. I know that I want you to be held accountable, and I will pay that price. There's discount dealers. If you go to Burlington Coat Factory or Payless and you buy a pair of $20 shoes, and those shoes end up falling apart in a month, whose fault is that? Is that the shoe manufacturer's fault, or is it your fault for buying $20 shoes? So what I've started doing now is I've started telling clients, especially when they want to negotiate on price, I said, you know what? Let's review. Let's really look at what it is that is included in this price. After I walk them through, most of the time they say, you know what? That's totally fair. I totally can understand why the price is the price now. Okay. But for some clients who insist that the price be lower, I sometimes have to just hold my guns and say, you know what? If you want discount videos, if you want discount dealers, you got to go to Payless or go to Joe's Pont, people that do that kind of stuff. We don't do discount deals. We don't do those. We do deals that have high accountability because they matter and they mean something. We want to be in a position where we are needed, where we are important, and the product that we are producing is critical to your success. Now, I'm not saying we want to be in a situation where we can make a big mistake, but what I'm saying is that's how we view ourselves. We are not cheap, but we're not unreasonably priced. We are fair and reasonable for the work that it is that we are going to do or have done. The price is fair, and I tell this to clients because I want them to know that it's not about price. It's not about price. What it is about is accountability. Do you want someone that you can hold accountable, or do you not? And really, that's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. Because if you don't want to hold me accountable, then you know what? I'll let's reduce the budget by 60-70% so you can pay what you're happy with. Just don't hold me accountable if you don't like it. It's really that simple. But of course, I would never actually do that because, I care about each project that I do, and I think my whole team cares, and we all want to be a part of great projects and great brands and great, great companies and great people. So we don't want to do stuff that's going to be crap. But the point is, the bottom line is that you want to be reliable and you want to be valid. You want to be relevant based off your expertise and your ability to consistently perform at a measure that is of high standard. Okay, so I just want to leave you with that. Just a thought for the week. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and thanks again for watching these Life Knocks videos. Hey, if for nobody else, I make these for me. Anyway, if you want to just find me on Twitter, go ahead and just tweet @BlueArtists, or you can email me, pierre@blue-artist.com, or find me on Facebook, Blue Art, whatever. I really want to connect with you guys, and I really want to keep this dialogue going. So thank you so much. By the way, on the next edition of Life Knocks, I'm going to be talking about music therapy. I met a great friend over at Terra Rising, which is the name of this incredible production company that specializes in documenting music therapy and how it's just changing lives. And I'm going to talk about music therapy on my next edition of Life Knocks. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye. If you like what you see and you want to be a part of our ongoing conversation, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please visit our daily blog at www.blue-artist.com.